What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 17. So it is day 2 in Aspen, and of course, everybody is dealing with the aftermath of that whole situation with Diana and Sutton. So we have Lisa, Kyle, and was it Dorit? No, it wasn't Dorit, because you know why it wasn't Dorit? Because Dorit left in the middle of the night and went to Diana's hotel because she just had too much anxiety at Kyle's house. Remember, she wasn't staying at Kyle's house. She was staying at the guest house with the other ladies. And she just had too much anxiety, so she had to go stay at a hotel. But did she have anxiety at the hotel when they was down to Mexico? Child, whatever. I think you just didn't want to stay in the house with the other ladies because you felt like that was like the outhouse and you wanted to be in the in-house. So you figured, well, if I can't be at Kyle's house, then I'll stay at the 5-star hotel with Diana and her team. That's what that was about. But whatever, cheer, you ain't bothering me. You ain't fooling me. But it was Dorit. It was Kyle. It was Lisa. Who was it? Erica? Yeah, Erica. Shoot, how did I forget that? So Erica is going snowmobiling with Sutton, Garcelle, and Cherie. So that's going to be interesting. We'll get back to that. Everybody else is going skiing, right? And so they're talking about what happened the night before with Sutton. And basically the conclusion is Sutton is cool one-on-one, but when she gets in the group, somehow or another, she just seems to just annoy everybody. And Diana just sort of was done with it, and she just sort of kind of blew, right? All right, then. If that's what y'all want to defend. In the van going to snowmobiling, whatever, Cherie, Garcelle, and Sutton were talking about what happened. And basically the conclusion was, Erica is my non-friend, and we're going to go snowmobiling, and we can coexist, but we ain't friends, and that is what it is. And child, the ride over in the snowmobile was like you could hear a pin drop, okay? They were quiet, wasn't nobody talking, wasn't nobody saying anything. They get to snowmobiling, and, they go through the instructions and stuff. Child, Sutton is the main one worried about getting on the snowmobiles, but she misses all of the instructions. Why? Because she's talking to the goats. And she said that the goats calm her down. Son, you better go get them instructions so you know what the hell you doing. Lipstick. So you know what you're doing while you're riding the damn snowmobile. But they rode the snowmobile and they stopped, they had drinks and stuff like hot cocoa. They couldn't have no alcoholic drinks. The man was very clear to remind them, y'all are operating vehicles. Y'all can't be drinking. And they were like, oh, yeah, you're right. He was like, yeah, you ain't going to mess up my stuff. You ain't going to mess up my inventory, okay? I don't care if you want to show or not. But while they were talking, Erica tried to have a conversation with Sutton and say, listen, because Sutton was like, I apologize, and I'm done apologizing. I don't know what else Diana wants from me. And Erica was like, don't get mad at me for saying this, but sometimes your apologies come off as insincere. And even though you mean them, and in your mind you mean them, they don't seem to resonate. And so I think that's where you get the pushback from other people. And Erica was like, listen, I get saying things out of anger or saying the wrong things at the wrong time, and you just gotta own it. She was like, you said some stuff, Diana said some stuff, and everybody just has to own what they did, and they actually had a pretty decent conversation. Again, they have to film, they have to talk to each other, so it wasn't, nobody was going out of their way like, hey girl, no, but it was, listen, they want us to talk, child, we gotta talk, let's go and get this over with. Now, skiing, everybody is a pretty good skier except for Dorit. Now, Dorit ain't been on skis in 20 years. And so, y'all know Dorit can't stand when she can't, when she can't brag about something. And, like when they go somewhere and she got to speak in the other languages and all of that. Like, she don't know how to handle it when she can't be the center of attention. Now, what I thought was quite interesting was when they went and picked up the skis and then they picked up Diana, them girls act like Diana was like a conquering princess. Hey, Diana! Hey! Like, they were so happy to see her. And I was like, first of all, even if she hadn't went off the way she did on Sutton, that was just extra. Like, y'all literally, it hadn't even been 10 hours since y'all seen her. Second of all, y'all's response basically tells, and it subconsciously says to her, well, what I did was cool. What I did was cool. Because they're like celebrating me as if what I did was no big deal. At least that's how I took it. They go skiing. They're having a good time, child. They stop to have snacks after the skiing. And, of course, they talk about how much fun they had and how, oh, we know the other ladies aren't having as much fun as us. And we're just having so much fun. So, anyway, back at the individual places of habitation, they're getting ready for dinner. And Crystal and Garcelle are having a conversation. And, of course, they bring up the earrings again. And they talk about the earrings and Erica and these $750,000 earrings, which are now worth $1.something million earrings. And Garcelle was like, listen, we talked about it on The Real or The Talk, whatever the name of the show was she was on, child. I think the Real. And she said, unfortunately, like, it's not going to air for a couple of days, but eventually it will air, And Crystal was like, well, what did the rest of the panel feel like? And she said they basically were like, why wouldn't you just give the earrings back? Like, if it's going to help the victims, why wouldn't you give the earrings back? So, child, they're getting ready for dinner, and they're dressing like they would normally dress, forgetting that they're in freaking Aspen, and it's ice, and it's snow, and it's cold as hell. So Sutton got on this dress, this like leopard mini dress that's cut here, it's sheer, but you can, it's cut down the front, and these stiletto heels. And when that van showed up, child, that van had a high step, and Sutton couldn't get in that car. They had to like literally like push her into the car. But the whole time they sitting there trying to figure out how this woman gonna get in the car, I'm thinking, why isn't the driver getting out to help her? He don't have a step. You know how sometimes you get in these vehicles that are high and there's a high step? They have like a step that to help you get in. And I'm thinking the driver, at least on camera, never got out of the car to help her, and he ain't had no step. Cause that was a high little, anyway. It was just a funny little moment, child. So they get to dinner. And that damn Kathy gonna tell Sutton, I like your dress because you got those kitty boobs and that would look good. Like, it wouldn't look good on me. On me it would look vulgar, but on you it looks cute. And then she said, like Nikki and Paris, you got those little. And Sutton is looking like, I don't know if this is a compliment or not. Like, is this supposed to be a compliment? Like, like sometimes, people say stuff and you like, okay, so is this a compliment? I'm gonna just go ahead and get all the quirky cat. I feel like they setting Kathy up to be like the crazy old lady in the neighborhood that walks around in her slippers and her purse and her fur coat in the middle of winter. Like, I feel like that's what they're trying to make us believe that Kathy Hilton is. Like, last year it was quirky, but this year I feel like they're really trying to give us this impression, like, the fact that she wore her hotel slippers in the airport, and Kyle was like, oh my gosh, I called Nikki, and Paris sent them a picture and said, is that, your mother is walking around like that? First of all, she grown. If she want to walk through the damn airport in some hotel slippers, she ain't do nothing but get out of her chauffeured car and be ushered into first class. Kathy Hilton probably don't even check in her own damn luggage, okay? She probably was ushered to the first class lounge. She go through PSA pre-check and all that other shit. She probably got to the lounge, sat in the lounge until it was time for her flight to leave, and walked from her first class lounge to her first class seat. Got off the plane and walked from getting off of first class and walked straight to another limousine. She probably don't even pick up her shit from baggage claim. Why y'all worried about how her ass was walking through the airport? Kyle really was like, just like at dinner, Kathy had like the little, like, how you go to the stores and they give you the shopping bags, but they're like the cloth shopping bags. It's not like, paper, you like the recyclable kind. So they're talking about all these expensive purses and bags. And Kathy pulled out her damn probably bag that she got for free somewhere. And she was like, well, I do have some really nice things, but, just not tonight. Shit, I don't care. And Kyle was like, we're in Aspen. This is a very chic place. See, that's the problem between you and her. Kathy got old money. She don't have to prove to nobody she got it. She don't have to wear it. She don't have to give you labels. She don't have to. Doree had a damn Fendi helmet. Okay, she had a Fendi snowsuit and a Fendi helmet. Kathy ain't got to do all that. Kathy didn't even go skiing. Kathy stayed in the house and was asleep. Okay, Kathy, you don't have to do all of that when you have old money. Kathy got old money. Kathy was sitting there while they were talking, and she said, they used to live in the Waldorf Astoria. But the Waldorf Astoria, they sold it and all that. And she said, I still got stuff in my storage room at the Waldorf. She said, I got Steve McQueen, I got this, I got like all these different labels. She was like, yeah, I wonder if it's still there. I mean, they didn't tear the building down. Kathy, y'all sold that building years ago. What made you think they still got your shit in that storage unit? And I'm not saying it's not there. I'm just saying it just never occurred to you to go clean it out. Like, you wouldn't do it yourself. You send people. Like, you pay people to do that. Anyway, I'm done. So while they're at dinner, Erica is bragging about all these expensive things that she has and how much stuff she found when she moved and stuff she forgot she had. And that's the great thing about moving. You find things you forgot you even had. And she's $1,800 bag this and this and this and this. Like, all this expensive shit. And Garcelle is like, girl, do you not realize that this is not a good look? Like, it's not a good look. Like, you really walking around here talking about all this expensive stuff you have, and it's just, I don't understand why you don't understand what the problem is with this. Like, it's not a good look. So Garcelle finally asked her about the earrings, and Erica tells her no. She said, I'm not giving them earrings back. She said it's a legal case and I have to let it go through the legal process. I'm not giving those earrings back. And Garcelle was like, but why not do it as just a gesture to the victims? Like, and she was like, well, what do you mean? Like, I don't owe them anything. I didn't do it. I didn't take it. I didn't do anything. So Garcelle was like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and let that go. She was like, I mean, for me, I would do it, but okay, girl, do your thing. And, other conversations were going on. So I feel like people picked up on bits and pieces of it, but they didn't quite hear everything. So after dinner, they all end up going back to the rental house, the nice rental house where Crystal, Garcelle, and Sutton are staying because, Doree left out. And Lisa giving everybody edibles, child. She said, listen, this group, they be doing too much. They too much on edge. I'm going to try to chill everybody out. If everybody take an edible, then we can just have a good time and laugh. And it just be real light. Like, it don't have to be that serious. But I don't think that it kicked in. Now, I'm going to bring this up only because it looks like it's going to come up next week. Kathy is trying to get everybody to drink this tequila that her and Paris's husband have invested in. It's like this high-end tequila, da-da-da-da-da. But it looks like she already introduced them to the tequila before. So that everybody was kind of like, no, I don't want no tequila. Erica was like, girl, I don't need no tequila because last time I had the tequila, I was cussing out, Garcelle's son. And then Sutton was like, girl, I don't drink tequila. I drink vodka. And then Lisa was like, no, I don't want none. She was like, I don't even make no excuse. I just don't want it. And you could tell that Kathy was a little irritated because people weren't paying attention to her. People were kind of giggling, especially Kyle. And you could tell she was irritated. And again, only reason I just bring that up because I feel like next week that becomes a bigger issue from the preview. So I'm going to just give y'all the foundation. But let's get to Miss Erica Girardi, who showed her entire ass the last 15 minutes of this episode. So Garcelle, Crystal, and somebody else were talking about the earrings. And they said, Erica, why don't you come over here because I don't want to talk about you behind your back. So come over here and let's ask you something. So Erica went over there and they told her, they said, listen, we don't want to talk about you behind your back, but this is the conversation that we were having. This is what we was talking about, girl. Do you understand? Do you realize? Do you know? Baby, Erica went all the way off. Erica was like, this is a legal situation. I'm not giving shit back. Why? Why should I give anything back? What? So that I'll look good so the victims will feel better? She was like, I'm a victim. No, she kept saying she wasn't a victim. I'm sorry. She was like, I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. So Kyle, Lisa, Sutton were on the couch, probably high as hell. I don't know where. I think Sheree was with Garcelle and them. But they were on the couch and they had that look like, oh shit, I'm high, but I really feel like I'm supposed to be doing something in this moment, right? And so Erica is explaining to them that she's not giving the earrings back because it's a legal situation. And Crystal was like, do you feel like if you give the earrings back, it's going to make you look guilty? Because I don't think it'll make you look guilty, but I think it's the right thing to do. It went from that to Erica not even wanting to admit. First of all, Erica didn't want to admit that there were victims. And Crystal was like, but that's a proven fact that there were victims who didn't get their money. Erica was like, is it? What facts do you have? Well, tell me, show me your facts. How do you know there were victims that weren't paid? Crystal was like, girl, what? Like what? She was like, and even if that's the case, that was Girardi Keys. That wasn't Erica Girardi. They were like, yes, but you reap the benefits. And so Kyle sort of interrupted, and Kyle was like, Erica, look, nobody thinks that you knew that this is where the money was, that this is how the money was coming in. She was like, I didn't. She was like, exactly. None of us think that you knew, but what we're saying is, now that you do know, why would you hold on to the earrings? She was like, what? So that, she said, what, so that you would, Crystal was like, I would just get the earrings back. Why would you give the earrings back? To make yourself look better? She was like, no, because I just think that, she said, because it would make you look better in the court of public opinion. And she was like, no, I just think that's the right thing to do. So Erica starts going off about how she don't give a damn about the victims. The only person she gives a fuck about it, well, she didn't say that. The only person she gives a damn about is herself. And so now her friends are stepping in like, Erica, stop. Kyle was like, Crystal, Erica, stop saying that. I can't defend that. Like, I'm your friend and I can't defend this. And I thought that was a very valid statement to say, look, girl, you're my friend and I've been riding with you on this, but that I can't defend. So please stop saying stuff like that, because I can't help you with this. And Erica was like, I don't need you to defend me. What do you mean you can't defend? She said, the only person you should be caring about is me. You shouldn't care about anybody but me. And so Erica and Dorit was like, Lisa and Dorit was like, we need to get her out of here. Because that in that moment, they know they're being filmed. They know Bravo is going to take this footage. They know it is not a good look. And Lisa was like, at a certain point, it's time to shut it down. Because there's certain things that you just can't come back from. And you say stuff and you put stuff out there and you just can't come back from it. And so they were getting Erica out of there. And even as they were trying to get Erica out of there, she is still talking shit. She was like, I can do this all night. I could defend myself all night. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about nobody else. I could do this all night. And baby, the whole way out the door, she is cussing and she is calling them out their name, and she is talking about she don't give a damn about this and she don't give a damn about that, and she's nobody's victim. I said, oh, Erica, that's not a good look. Like, that is not a good look. And today, let me just say this and I'm done with this episode. But today, Diana donated $100,000 to the victims, because Diana made a comment talking about everybody in here acting like they so outraged about Erica not giving the earrings back, but they really cared about the victims. They could donate their own money. They could put up their own money. Girl. So I guess that's why she decided to donate $100,000 to make everybody else feel like, well, if you really feel some kind of way, you can give to the victims. Why I gotta give to the victims when Erica got a pair of $1 million earrings that she could give back and help them people? Shabba, you want to give them $100,000 of your money, do you? Anyway, that was the episode, child. Y'all let me know what y'all think, because this was a whole situation. And Erica, the mask is off, baby. I don't know how the rest of this is going to go the rest of the season, but that was not a good look. It was ugly. And it looks like the argument continues next week with Kyle and Erica. And Dorit ass is defending Erica. She's still playing, well, I don't know the truth. I don't know everything. We don't know all the facts, girl. Dorit, you better go sit down somewhere, because it's not a good look for you either, boo. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.